All right, then. I'll go head back to my seat. And if you're not already in your seat, you can also find your way to your seat so we can get started with our stretch and unwind chair yoga exercise program today. So much more than exercise, though, isn't it? I think we all have found probably that yoga is much more than just the movements that we do. As we add in our breathing, we add in some meditation and mindfulness as well. Really, we're trying to cultivate a connection to ourself through all of those different avenues. And so I do hope that at the end of our time together, you are feeling a little bit more connected. And I'm just going to make my screen a little bit bigger here. Beautiful. So finding a comfortable seat to start. So whatever type of chair you are in today, just make yourself nice and comfortable and find that full body connection of the back of your body, the back of your legs, making contact with the seat that you're in. And even though we're sitting comfortably, we'll think also about sitting with an upright spine. So throughout the practice, we're always trying to just remind ourselves to keep our spines nice and long. Helps to open the ribs up, helps to enhance our breathing, our sense of alertness, so we don't fall asleep too early. So then once we're there and we're comfortable, if you're ready to close your eyes, you can go ahead and do that. Or if you'd like to start just with your eyes kind of softened towards the floor. And we'll start to just slow things down. Start to connect to our breathing here. And if you're not dealing with a cold today and you're able to breathe in and out through your nose, you can start with that, just breathing in and out through the nose. If you are a little sniffly today, a nice way to breathe through the mouth so it's not such a big, full, energetic breath is to imagine you're breathing in and out through a straw if you have a stuffy nose today. If not, or however you are breathing today, just start to notice where the breath is entering and exiting the body. Start to notice how it feels to take a breath today. How does the breath feel in the body today? And where do you notice the breath more? Are you noticing it up a little higher in the chest, or are you noticing it already starting down a little lower? Maybe in the belly area. We don't have to manipulate or change it at this point. We're just starting out by noticing what we notice. Noticing what's there. And then let's start to bring a little bit more breath into our lungs here. So we'll take a bit of a fuller breath in through the nose now. And then we can exhale through the mouth with a little bit of sound on the way out. Maybe a little bit of a sigh, kind of sounding like the sound of the ocean. Let's do that again 2 more times. Big breath in through the nose. Bring in a little bit more air. And let out a sighing sound through the mouth. Good. Let it go. Let's do one more full breath in, filling up the lungs with air. And then exhale, a nice big sigh. Well done. I want to introduce you, or reintroduce you rather, to relaxing breath. So before we start to move anywhere else in the body, we're going to just find that relaxing breath. So what it involves is a little bit of breath retention, where we're holding the breath at the top. As we inhale, we're going to hold it for 7 seconds and then let it out nice and slowly for 8 seconds. So I'll count so we can kind of keep on with my count. If it gets If it feels too strenuous or it doesn't feel comfortable in the body, you can just simply breathe in and out in a nice, even, equal ratio breath yourself. If you're going to try the relaxing breath with me, just find that natural in and out breath to start. Good. Shoulders relaxing away from the ears. I like to sit up a little bit forward, a little bit off from the back of my chair for this breath, and you're welcome to do that as well. We're going to start with, we're breathing in for 4 seconds. So here we go. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the breath out slowly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And big breath in again for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly letting it out for 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. One more big breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it in the lungs. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2. And then we'll slowly let it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, maybe counting on your own this time, as long as it feels good to hold the breath, and then slowly start to let it go. For that 8-second count, maybe 3, 2, last breath all the way in together for 4, 1, and hold. 6, 5, 4, 3. Relax the shoulders and let it go. 7, let it go. 5, slowly out. 2 and 1. Just relax here. Let the breath go. Let it return to its natural rhythm here. And just notice how you feel after that little bit of breath retention. Can we wiggle our toes here and feel that sensation of the earth beneath our feet, maybe a little rocking forward and back. Let your feet find that stillness on the earth and just gently press your feet into the earth. Make a little contact there. We'll do the same thing with our hands. So just moving up into our hands, gently pressing our hands into our knees, finding that support, finding that connection, that grounding sensation of our hands and our feet. Find that tall spine here. Sit up a little bit taller, rolling the shoulders up towards the ears and back down away from the ears. Let's keep those rolls of the shoulders going here. Good. Maybe we open our eyes at this point if they're not already. Beautiful. Nice big rolls of the shoulder. And then let the shoulders drop away from the ears, keeping that nice tall spine. Sometimes it's helpful to imagine that we're carrying a stack of books on the top of our head. So we have to kind of brace ourselves against the weight of the books on top of our head, but relax through the shoulders so that we're not tensing and crunching up through the neck. Good. Sitting up and away from the hips. Take a big breath in here. This is our mountain pose. Very nice. We're going to move the shoulders again, this time coming up and forward. So just starting with those rolls again, as big or small as you want them to be, coming forward. Connecting with the physical body. How does it feel today? The great melt is on its way now. So it's a little damper, and sometimes that affects us in different ways. Good. Find some stillness here. Find your mountain pose once again. We're going to start with a little bit of neck stretching, or rather continue with some neck stretches. So let's turn our head to look over the right shoulder. Good. And then just notice how that feels. Notice how far you can go with that turn on the right side. And then let's bring our head and turn to look over the left shoulder. Noticing if there's any difference here, if you maybe can go a little further on one side than the other. Good. Let's do that again. Come back over to the right shoulder. Take a little look over the shoulder. And then come on back through center, looking over the left. Very nice. Coming back to center now, making a little pencil. Let's imagine we have a green crayon on the end of our nose. We'll weave a little St. Patrick's Day in here. So a little green crayon going to make circles in front of your face. So we're just making a circle with the nose with that green crayon on the end of our nose. Good. As big or small as feels good. Noticing if you feel dizzy with this movement, opening your eyes can be helpful, or just making it a little smaller can be helpful. Let's pause that circle and then change the direction. So go in the opposite direction now. Good. Noticing all the movements here in the neck. Wonderful. Let's come back to center. Beautiful. We're going to move into a little bit of a shrug of the shoulders. So can we bring these shoulders nice and tight and close up to the ears? Good. We're going to take a breath in as we bring our shoulders up. And then we'll exhale as we drop the shoulders away from the ears. Good. We'll do that 3 times. Big breath in as we shrug our shoulders up. Exhale as we drop them away. One more. Big shrug and breathe in. Exhale, dropping them down. Good. Find your mountain pose. So that's with our shoulders rolled down and back. Spine is long. Hands on our knees. Feet are grounded. Crown is lifting. So throughout this practice today, we'll come back to this mountain pose. But in this pose, can we also add a little bit of core connection? So if we want, we can think about drawing our belly button towards our spine, just to give us a little bit more of a lift up and out of the pelvis, up and out of the hips. Good. If you have any low back pain that you notice, or even if you have shoulder pains, sometimes that is related to our core strength. So we'll do a little bit of core kind of reminders activating throughout this practice. Good. So in our mountain pose, let's bring our right arm up into a half cactus shape and take it for a little spin. Take our elbow for a little circle around to the side. Beautiful. Just rolling that right arm up and around, as big or small as feels good. And then find some stillness. So elbow out to the side. Good. Hand is up in the air. We can give a little wave hello to each other at this point, even though we're in virtual land, but I can see all of you waving. Welcome. So happy to see you on this beautiful Monday. Let's take that hand and we're going to bring it up and over our head, any amount that feels good for the shoulder. Left hand is firmly holding on to the leg or the arm of our chair, and we tip our spine over to the left, lifting up and out of the hips. The arm can come any amount that feels good for the shoulder. That might be not at all. Good. Come on back to our neutral spine, elbow into our ribs. Let's do that again and add a little breath. Reach up and over. Take a breath into the side body. And then exhale, elbow comes back to the ribs. Very nice. One more time, big reach up and over. Just noticing how flexible the spine feels today. And then exhale, elbow comes into our ribs. Let's keep that arm right where it is. We're going to draw the elbow back. Drawing it back, can we turn a little bit to look back towards that hand as it goes? So we're in a little bit of a twisted spine. If you'd like to reach your arm out, extend your arm out long. If you've got the space to do that, go right ahead and do that. And then we're going to swing that arm around the front of us across the body, holding onto the outside of the opposite knee. Whew, a little bit of brain yoga here now. So we'll do that same movement 2 more times. Bring a bend to your elbow. Draw the elbow back to the right. You can keep moving your upper body to look back towards that hand. Extend the arm out long if it feels good, or keep it bent, swinging across the front of the body, holding on to the outside of the knee. Little twist to the other side. Last one. Cactus arms out to the side. Little turn to take a look back at that hand. Extend the arm if it feels good. And then sweep it across the front of the body. Hold on to the outside of the left knee. Beautiful work, everyone. Grounding our feet, pressing our feet nice and firmly into the earth. Sit up tall. Keep both hands on the left side now. And keep turning your head now to look over the left shoulder. Or any amount. It doesn't have to be over the shoulder. You could be looking at the side wall. Maybe you just get a little glance of your shoulder, but we're going to take a few breaths here in our seated twist. One more big breath in here, lifting up through the spine. Beautiful. Exhale and tiptoe the fingers back to center. Big roll of the shoulders. Find your mountain pose. Amazing. Hold here for a moment. Just notice how you feel for a moment on both sides now. If you notice a difference here. I certainly am starting to feel warmer on the right side. So let's move into the left side. We can balance that out. Can we bring our left arm up into that half cactus shape now? Taking it for a little spin. So it's almost like we're drawing a circle with the elbow out to the side of the wall. Helps to just protect the shoulder to start with. Think about keeping your spine nice and tall. Very nice. And then come find that stillness of our half cactus and good morning, hello with the other arm, with the other hand. This side feels a little bit more unusual for me. Very nice. Let's keep that bend in the elbow here. And we're going to come up and over. So a little bit of a lateral flexion here. Find your anchor with the right hand, either your leg or the arm of your chair. Bending over to the right. Bring the hand up and over. Any amount will do. And then breathe in, opening up those ribs and lungs on the left side. Exhale, come back to neutral spine. Elbow comes into the ribs. 2 more, just like that. Inhaling, up and over. Exhaling, elbow to ribs. Last one. Inhaling, up and over. Exhale, elbow comes into the ribs and hold here for a moment. We're going to draw that elbow back behind us. So we're starting to twist and open the body up to the left side. We can keep looking a little bit towards that back hand. If you've got the space, now I have a plant here, but I'm going to extend the arm out long and then kind of maneuver it over the front of me, across the body to the opposite knee. Beautiful work, everyone. 2 more just like that. Elbow draws open and back. Good. Maybe turning to look, extending the arms and sweeping it back across the front body. Holding on to the opposite knee. Last one. Big breath in. Maybe yours looks a little different than mine, and that's perfectly fine. I just see lots of hands waving and moving in the air. So moving as feels good for you. Let's hold on now to the right side, the right leg. Sit up tall. Press feet into floor. And keep turning your head to look over to the right side wall or maybe back towards that back shoulder. Stay here. Just hang out here for a moment. Take a few just regulating breaths. Maybe even with a little open mouth. Sometimes if what you're doing feels like a lot of effort, you can open your mouth and just sort of kind of like taking a little bit of steam, like letting the kettle go a little, the pressure go a little. Tiptoe your fingertips back to center, roll the shoulders, find that mountain pose once again. Good. Take a nice breath in and out here. Beautiful. And we're going to move a little bit into the low body now. And so if you are able and comfortable enough to move forward in your chair, you're welcome to do that. Gives you a little bit more space to move around the hips. Hands come to our knees, and we'll just take a little circle to start. So circling around the hips here in our Sufi grind. Good. Getting kind of all the little nooks and crannies of the spine with this movement. Beautiful. Let's pause and then take it back the opposite way. We don't need to go too fast. Unless you really are in the mood for some zoomies. Good. Come on back. Find center once again. Beautiful. And let's get a little bit more into the low body now. So we'll start just with our basic march to begin with. We can start with just heels. We can stay with just heels if that feels good today. If you'd like to bring the knee all the way up in front of you, you're welcome to do that too. Now, with this movement, can we turn on the belly muscles again? So let's draw that belly into our spine. Feel that core start to engage with our little knee lifts here. Good. Take a breath. Sometimes we find we hold our breath for these movements. We want to be able to engage the core and continue to breathe as we do that. Beautiful. Let's take a break here for a moment. Feet can come back to the floor. We're going to do a little spinal balance, which is opposite arm to leg moving here. So we'll lift the right knee up and reach the left arm out long. So right knee and left arm. Nice tall spine. Lower everything back down. Beautiful. Let's take a breath in. Lift and hold, and then exhale, lower everything down. Good. Lifting and inhaling, left arm, right knee. Exhaling to lower. Beautiful. Last side. Inhaling as we lift the right knee, the left knee and the right arm. Exhaling to lower. Good. Very nice. Let it go. Let's come and bring our hands behind that right knee. And we're going to do a few lifts a little bit higher this time if that feels comfortable for you. We'll do a little squeeze at the top. Now, if you're not lifting your entire knee and you'd like to just keep with the heel lifting, that works as well too. You could even come a little forward with your chest to get that stretch in the hip. So find that stretch in the hip any way that you can. Good. We're going to find that lifted. We're going to find that knee up position for a moment. If your hands behind your knee feels best, stay there. If you'd like to wrap your hands around the front of your knee, you're welcome to do that too. Flex the foot a lot. Take a big breath in. And then we're going to exhale, extending that right leg out nice and long. We've got a long extended leg, tall through the spine. Hold for one more breath. And then exhale, let the foot come down to the floor. Oof. Lots of work for that whole quadricep muscle here on the front of our leg. Find your breath here for a moment. Good. And we're going to bring that right hand out to mirror the movement of the foot. So hand and foot will do the same thing here. I know it's a little hard to kind of see my whole body here, but I think we can do it. So toes up, fingertips up. Spine is nice and tall, and then let's point fingertips and toes down towards the floor. Good. Keep moving just like that. Flexing, fingers up, toes up. Exhale, toes point, fingers point. One more time. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Good. Find that upright position with the toes resting up and the fingertips up. We can make a fist with the right hand and then just make some circles here with the ankle and the wrist. Amazing. Good. Come on back to center and change the direction you're going. So take it in the opposite direction. Wonderful. Beautiful. Let's let the hand float down to our knee, to our leg here. Right toes are pointing up. We're going to come into a bit of a forward fold, just a soft forward fold to start here. So we can start by lowering our chin down to our chest. And then maybe we start to tiptoe the hands down a little further down, hinging at the hip. So we want to think about leading first with the heart as we go. So we want to keep the spine nice and long. And once you get to a place where you start to feel the back of the leg, the hamstring start to stretch, you can hold here, you can pause here, and you can start to let the spine round and let the chin drop down a little bit to our chest. Good. Maybe give a little shake of the head for no, a little nod of the head for yes. Good. Taking a big breath in here. And then exhale, tiptoeing, walking the hands back up to our lap, sliding that leg in. Good. And then give a little windshield wiper here just to relax and release. Beautiful. Can we, before we move to the other side, heel toe our feet open to a wide leg position? So you might have to adjust yourself in your chair just to be able to find that position with your spine nice and tall. Beautiful. And then coming into we're going to come into our sunflowers and moonflowers here. So bringing our arms into cactus arms, elbows are bent, our knees are nice and open wide. We'll inhale, reaching our fingers up any amount. They might even touch at the top if it feels good. And then exhale, elbows come into our ribs. Good. Inhale, reaching fingertips up again. Exhale, elbows come into our ribs. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, fingers up. Exhale, elbows to ribs. Good. This time we're going to inhale with our arms at our sides. And we'll exhale, bringing our hands to our knees and hinging forward just slightly. We're not going to come down too far. Just a little bit forward. Good. Inhale up, elbows up, cactus arms. Exhale, hands to our knees, hinging forward. Good. In this wide leg position. One more time. Inhaling up and exhaling, hands to our knees, hinging forward. You might feel a little stretch in the inner thighs, the adductor muscles. Good. Inhale, come on up and let the feet come back together. Whew, beautiful work, everyone. We're going to move over to balance out the two sides now with our leg lifts on the left side. So we can lift and lower the left knee. Good. A few times, just getting that sensation of grounding beneath your seat. Because once we intentionally make ourselves off balance, we need to sort of readjust and find that center within ourselves to help that, to keep that sensation of balance. Can we hold our knee up here? Give a little squeeze at the top. You can wrap the hands around if you like. So that if your arms are long enough, sometimes that's all it is. Take a big breath in here as you squeeze into that hip. And as we exhale, we're going to press our heel out in front of us. Keep the chest lifted. Extend through the leg. Lots of action here in that upper thigh. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, let the foot go, dropping down to the floor. Finding that tall spine. Reach the left hand out so it can mirror what the foot is doing now. Toes up, fingers up, maybe even drawing back almost behind you towards your body a little bit, getting a little bit more of a stretch under the wrist. And then pointing everything down, scooping those fingers under. Keep going with your breath. Inhaling, fingers and toes up. Exhaling, pointing down. Good. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Beautiful. Come back up, toes up, find a fist, and then we'll make some circles with the wrists and ankles here. Wonderful. Pause at the top and take it the opposite direction. Well done, everyone. Come on back to center. Float that left finger, that left hand down to the leg, and we'll find our forward fold again. So if you need to adjust, go right ahead. Left leg is extended long. You can have a soft bend if that feels better. And nice and tall through the spine as we start to hinge right at the hips. We really lead with the heart. We let the heart come forward as we start to walk the fingertips down a little bit. As soon as you start to feel that stretch in the back of that hamstring, you can hold here. You can start to let the chin drop forward. Give your head a little shake side to side. Maybe even open your mouth and let out a sigh here. Good. One more breath in. As you exhale, we can walk the hands back up the body to our lap, sliding the left leg in. And then any movement here that feels good, that releases that stretch. Finding your mountain pose. Spine is long, shoulders down and back. Can we inhale and reach the arms up overhead? So that could be any height that feels good, and then drop the hands down to the heart. Good. We'll do that 2 more times with our breath now. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Last one. Follow with your gaze if you like. Watching your hands lift. Good. Exhaling, watching them lower to your heart. Fantastic. We're going to move now into our sun salutations. So hands can rest on your knees and find your mountain pose. For this, if you haven't come forward in your chair yet, might be a good opportunity to do that. Once again, just to create a bit of space around the hips. We will be forward folding once again. So just letting you know that. You don't, if you keep your head above your heart, that's really beneficial if you experience any kind of dizziness or pressure in the eyes at all. So you can just lift your head up above your heart to avoid that. Wonderful. Here we go. Starting in our mountain pose, we're going to reach for that imaginary beach ball out in front of us. So our hands have some nice distance between them. Inhaling, we lift that beach ball up over our head. Keep the shoulders loose. Exhaling, elbows come to our sides for cactus arms. Lovely. Inhaling, we're going to sweep the arms down and behind us. That opens up the chest. Exhaling, opposite way. We sweep them forward. Hold on to one of your wrists and give a little stretch here. A little pull of the wrist. Pause for a breath. Very nice. As we inhale, we sit up tall. We wiggle our fingers. Good, nice little wiggle here. And then we float the hands down to our knees, exhaling forward. Good. We're going to change the direction of our breath now. So we'll inhale here first. And then exhale, press ourselves back up. So pressing into your knees as you go. Lovely. Let's do that again. Coming forward as we inhale. Tuck elbows into your sides and exhale, pressing yourself up. Good. Last one. Inhaling forward. Little push up here, seated. Really feel the weight of your upper body as you push into your knees, push yourself back up. Wonderful. And then finding your forward fold. So that can be chin to chest, or we can come forward over our lap and rest our elbows on our knees or our thighs, holding on to opposite arms for support. We can use our breath to just really let ourselves go here for a moment. Let your face let go. We hold a lot of tension through the face, the eyes, the jaw. So just go to all those places that you tend to hold tension and just give a little soft nudge just to relax that tension. One more breath here. As we exhale, we walk our hands back up to our knees, walking our hands to our thighs. Inhaling, sweep the arms up. Palms can touch at the top. Exhaling, hands come back down to our heart. Beautiful. Here we go again for round 2. So picking our beach balls up overhead, lifting them up, maybe looking up with our gaze towards the ceiling. Exhaling, elbows to our sides. We look forward. We're wonderful. We inhale and sweep the arms down and behind us. This opens up the heart in the front. We exhale, sweeping arms forward, opening the heart up through the back body. Good. Give a little stretch here. Sit up nice and tall, big wiggle of the fingers, nice and starfishy here. Very nice. And then hands to our knees. We hinge at the hips. We come forward just halfway here. So this is our monkey pose. And then we're going to come into our adapted chaturanga, which is our push-up pose. So we push ourselves all the way back up. Good. Let's do that again. Coming forward. Open up through the heart, nice and long through the spine, pushing yourself back up. Fantastic. Last one. Inhaling as we come forward. Exhaling as we press ourselves all the way up. And this time finding our forward fold. So either chin to chest or coming down to our elbows for a little bit of a deeper forward fold. Once again, just find those spaces that tend to hold throughout any stress. And even exercise is considered stress on the body, although it's good for us to have some stress. But you might notice that, oh, I really notice that I clench my jaw when I'm experiencing those stressful moments. And that's just such a wonderful little tool to have to help our nervous system when we're not in our practice. Good. One more big breath in. Exhale with an open mouth and start to walk the hands back up our lap. We'll inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. This time, instead of palms touching, can we turn to the right side, dropping the right arm behind us and the left arm across to the opposite knee. We came into a little twist that way. So this is a little bit of a different way to get into our twist. But the right arm is behind us. The left arm is across the body, holding the opposite knee. I'm able to hold the back of my chair, and you're welcome to do that too if that feels comfortable. Sit up a little taller here. Exhale and just soften. Good. Let's take another breath like that. Inhale and exhale and soften. Soften everything. One more breath. This time as we inhale, let's come back to center, reaching our arms up again. Any amount will do. Exhaling, turning to the opposite side. Now this time left arm comes behind and right arm crosses to the opposite knee. So we're in a little twist now on the left side. Our knees and toes are still pointing forward and we're twisting right from that belly button space. Very nice. Take a breath in. Exhale, softening. Yoga is such a beautiful balance of finding the discipline and the strength and combining it with the ease and the softening. And just knowing when we need either one or the other. Let's take one more breath in here. As we inhale, we're going to lift the arms up. Once again, back to center. My tree's getting in the way. This time we exhale, hands come down the heart center. Down that center line. Beautiful. We've got one more round of sun salutations to go. Let's lift the beach balls up overhead. Gaze can follow. Exhale, lower the arms, lower the gaze. Beautiful. Let's inhale, sweep the arms down behind us. Hearts open. Exhale. Hands come forward. Little stretch of the wrists. Hearts open behind us. Inhale, sit up tall. Wiggle the fingers. Big wiggle. Maybe even a big stretch of the starfish fingers here. And then exhale, as hands come to our knees, we hinge forward, finding that push-up position. Hands into our knees, press in, using the heel of your palm. That's what I was trying to say. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale, pressing away from the floor. Last time. Good. Coming forward, inhale and exhale. Pressing all the way back up. Beautiful. This time, find that forward fold. Any way, shape, or form that feels best. So head above heart, or we can come down a little further. Although we're still head above heart. But you are the expert of your body here. You get to decide what feels best for you here. Taking a few breaths in and out. Maybe opening your mouth and just letting the pressure out a little bit more, like the kettle boiling. One more. As you exhale, walking your hands back up to your lap. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, reaching the arms up overhead once again. We're going to come into that twist one more time. So turn to the right, right arm goes back, left arm crosses to the opposite knee. Good. Holding your twist. Excuse my sniffles today. On the next inhalation, can we reach the arms up, overhead once again, back through center? As we exhale, we twist to the left side. Left hand comes back, right hand crosses over to the knee. Wonderful. On your next inhalation, come back through center, hands come up, palms touch. Exhaling right down to the heart. Pause here and just take a moment for yourself. Take a little breath here. Check in with yourself. Notice how you feel. Notice that sensation of energy moving around your body that is prana, that we call prana in yoga, that chi energy, that vital life force that we create with our movement, with our breath. Let your hands just float down to your knees. Find that mountain pose. We'll just do a little bit of finger movement before we move into our final relaxation here. So can we bring all of our fingertips to a surface? So whether that's your other hand or whether that's the surface of your legs, you can choose that. And we're just the fingertips. So we have space here. The palms are not together, just the fingertips, creating like a tent. And we're going to press those fingertips into the surface that they are on. Good. Feeling the tension of our hands. We'll hold that tension for 5, 4, 3. Take a big breath in. Big mouth open and exhale. Push it away. Very nice. Give your hands a little shake. Before we go any further with our shake, let's interlace is what I meant. Interlace our fingers together and take a little figure 8 movement just in front of our chest here. Just a little bit of forward and backwards. You can make this movement really fluid and flowing, either like flying or kind of like the sensation of water. Good. And then come on back, hands at your heart. We'll take them for a little roller coaster ride this time, stretching out the fingertips and the fingers, palms of our hand. Good. We're going to inhale with our palms pressing out and away from us. So big stretch of the fingers here. We inhale and lift our hands up. So everyone flip their palms so they're pushing out and away from you. You have to turn your hands so that your palms are pushing out. Yeah, that's it. I see everyone's got it. Inhale, lifting up as high as feels good. Take a big breath in. And then big open mouth sigh. Release the arms. Give your hands a shake. We're going to do this shake here now. So it's really wonderful as a somatic practice or a practice to help reset the nervous system if we do this shaking movement, which might feel silly, but don't worry, nobody can see you because I'm the one that's spotlit right now. So you can go for it and just let yourself shake a little bit. This music isn't really dancey music. Maybe I should choose a different music for next time, but we can do this on our own anytime as well too, by putting on a really good tune, something that feels really good to you, and just let yourself shake, twist, side to side. We're going to end with this before moving right into our Shavasana, our final relaxation. So let's give it our all for just another 10, 9, 8, beautiful, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Can we bring our hands up over our head? 1. We're going to give a clap. I'm sorry. Now I'm going to count again. 3, 2, 1. Clap. Beautiful. Hands float down, home to our hearts. Just pause for a moment. Take a breath. Notice your beautiful energy. And then let's find a comfortable, completely relaxed position in our chairs now. Just as we started, full body contact, back of your body, making full contact with the chair. You're welcome to stretch your feet out a little further. If you have a recliner even nearby and it's easy to get into, I say go for it. Traditionally, this pose would be done lying down on the floor, and it is called corpse pose. And the significance, of course, of corpse pose being that this is the end of the practice, the death of the practice. And so we're going to use all of that symbolism as an end to another cycle, yet another cycle in our life. I'm going to actually change the music while you are all resting. Actually, I think we're okay. I can't do that easily today. So everyone just find that comfortable Shavasana, letting your feet extend long, letting your shoulders relax away from the ears, letting your whole body feel heavy, like gravity is drawing you down, holding you. Mother Nature is there to cradle you on the earth. And you can start to bring your attention back to your breath. But let's not try to change the breath in any way now. We're just noticing the softness, the softening of our body, absorbing all the wonderful benefits of our practice today. We'll just rest here in silence for a few moments. While you are resting in your Shavasana, I just have a short Irish blessing to pass on to you today before we part ways. May you live a long life full of gladness and health, with a pocket full of gold as the least of your wealth. May the dream you hold dearest be those which come true. The kindness you spread keep returning to you. Starting to let your body and your mind come back online. Coming back into the space noticing the sounds around you, and starting to notice all the senses turning back on, what you smell around you. Noticing as you flutter your eyes open what sights catch your eye. Find your way back up to your upright seat once again. Bringing our hands together in front of our hearts. Let's rub our palms, creating some warmth and energy there. Once you've got that warm prana between your palms, let's place our hands over our eyes, pausing for a moment of gratitude, of reflection. I'm just so grateful for this earth that we share, that we walk upon. So grateful for our community of brothers and sisters. And also gratitude towards ourselves for coming to our practice today and honoring our needs. And finally, bring your hands back together at your heart so I may bow to each of you in gratitude for allowing me to share this beautiful practice with you and for sharing with me your time, your energy, and your breath. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me, and I wish you all a wonderful rest of your Monday. Sat Nam Namaste. Thank you.